Alright, so we have a lot to get through on this show. First, a day after the Gujarat High Court fined the Delhi Chief Minister and ruled that Prime Minister Modi's degree details were not needed, the Delhi Chief Minister has doubled down on his charge. Arvind Kejriwal says that the Gujarat High Court's order actually raises a lot of questions about the Prime Minister's education. There can be only two reasons why the Gujarat University is not ready to give information on the Prime Minister's academic qualifications. He says it's either due to his arrogance or his degree is fake, the Delhi Chief Minister alleges. Now, the High Court yesterday had set aside an order to the Gujarat University to reveal details of Prime Minister Modi's degrees. The court also fined the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal 25,000 rupees for asking for these details because the court points out that they are already out in public domain. The court has asked the Delhi Chief Minister to deposit this fine within 4 weeks. Now, in 2016, the background to this, of course, is that in 2016, responding to an Aam Aadmi Party RTI or the leader, Aam Aadmi Party leader's RTI, that's a request to information for details on the Prime Minister's education, the Central Information Commission then directed the Gujarat University and Delhi University to furnish information on Prime Minister Modi's graduation and post-graduation degrees. Now, the Gujarat University then put up Prime Minister Modi's degree on its website, but at the same time they challenged the Information Commission's order, they say, as a matter of principle. So, it's important that the Prime Minister be educated because he has to take a lot of decisions. Arvind Kejriwal says an uneducated or less educated PM is dangerous for India. So, we're asking tonight, does a PM need a degree? We have Sanjay Singh, Rajya Sabha MP and national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. We'll also get Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Rajya Sabha MP and national spokesperson of the BJP. But we have Sanjay Singh over here. So, Sanjay Singh ji, thank you for your time. An order to the Gujarat University to reveal details of Prime Minister Modi's degrees was set aside by the High Court, which says this information is not relevant to the PM's role. So, Gujarat की High Court ने कहा है कि ये इंफॉर्मेशन रेलेवेंट नहीं है. आपके मेरे किसी के भी कॉलेज के मार्क्स से आपकी गवर्नेंस की एबिलिटी से क्या कनेक्शन है मिस्टर सिंह? व्हाई डज योर परफॉर्मेंस ऑन एन एग्जाम एट द एज ऑफ 18 और 19 मेक यू वेल क्वालिफाइड टू गवर्न?
देखिए, पहली बात तो ये कि भारत के चुनाव आयोग का नियम यह कहता है कि अगर आप कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन छुपाते हैं या गलत जानकारी देते हैं अपनी डिग्री के बारे में, अपने एसेट्स के बारे में, तो आपकी मेंबरशिप खत्म हो जाती है. आप चुनाव आपका जो है वो अवैध घोषित हो सकता है. मैं आपको एक छोटा सा वीडियो दिखाना चाहूंगा और मेरे ख्याल से सुधांशु जी जब ज्वाइन करें तब भी मैं उनसे ये सवाल पूछूंगा. भारत के प्रधानमंत्री ने एक सभा में कहा मुख्यमंत्री बनने के बाद कि उनकी स्कूली शिक्षा हुई है, उसके बाद आगे उन्होंने पढ़ाई नहीं की. और एक टीचर को एक संबोधित करते हुए उन्होंने ये बात कही. और जो उनकी डिग्री दिखाई जा रही है वो 1979 और 1983 की डिग्री है. यानी उन्होंने 79 में बीए किया दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी से, उन्होंने 1983 में गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी से एमए किया, और जब एमए किया तो उन्होंने एंटायर पॉलिटिकल साइंस में एमए किया. अब पता नहीं एंटायर पॉलिटिकल साइंस कहां पढ़ाया जाता है, ये डिग्री पहले तो हम लोगों ने सुनी नहीं थी. दूसरी बात, जो उनका जो सर्टिफिकेट मिला है, उस सर्टिफिकेट के ऊपर जो फॉन्ट का इस्तेमाल हुआ है वो फॉन्ट तो आया है 1992 में. जो मास्टर ऑफ आर्ट्स लिखा हुआ है जिस फॉन्ट में सर्टिफिकेट के ऊपर, वो मास्टर ऑफ आर्ट्स का जो फॉन्ट है वो 92 में आया और उनकी डिग्री है 1983 की. तो मैं ये जानना चाहता हूं कि क्या प्रधानमंत्री एक नकली, एक फर्जी डिग्री लेकर देश के प्रधानमंत्री बने हुए हैं? और अगर उनकी इंफॉर्मेशन सही है, उनकी डिग्री सही है, तो वो इसको छिपा क्यों रहे हैं? वो उसको देश के सामने सार्वजनिक क्यों नहीं करते? 140 करोड़ लोगों ने उनको देश का प्रधानमंत्री माना है, तो अपनी डिग्री वो क्यों नहीं दिखा रहे हैं? आखिर डिग्री पूछने पे जुर्माना हो जाए, ये कभी आपने सुना है? कोई क्लर्क बनता है, कोई छोटी सी भी नौकरी करता है, उससे उसकी डिग्री मांगी जाती है। प्राइम मिनिस्टर से अगर डिग्री को कोई मांग लिया, कि किसी ने कहा कि भाई अपनी डिग्री दिखा दो, तो आप उसके ऊपर फाइन कर देंगे।
All right. Some very important points, Mr. Singh. I agree, but can we also agree on one thing? आप कह रहे हो कि this is the principal matter. That's why everyone in our country should be concerned about this. But can I just ask you एक चीज? At this point, देखो, we have Prime Minister Modi and you have Mr. Kejriwal. Both have had many years of government leadership. They have track records. Should we at least say that we have to judge them on that?
देखिए, ऐसा है कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी ने क्या क्या फैसले लिए, इससे उनको जज किया जाएगा। और अगर वो एक पढ़े लिखे, समझदार, योग्य प्रधानमंत्री होते तो शायद वो ऐसे फैसले नहीं लेते, जैसे नोटबंदी का फैसला।
ऑलराइट।
उसने अर्थव्यवस्था को चौपट किया और 10 साल भारत को किया, लेकिन आपने वो फैसला लिया। आपने एक फैसला लिया 3 किसानों के काले कानून लाने का, जिसको 1 साल के बाद जब 750 किसानों ने अपनी शहादत दे दी, तो आपने वो तीनों काला कानून वापस ले लिया। आपने जीएसटी का फैसला लिया, जिससे इस देश का व्यापार चौपट हुआ। आपने एक इंटरव्यू में कहा कि जब बादल थे तो मैंने कहा कि भाई रडार में जहाज आएगा नहीं, आप ऐसा करो कि इस मौके का फायदा उठा लो। तो ये तो बहुत ही गंभीर बात है कि अगर युद्ध के समय में भारत के प्रधानमंत्री ऐसे संकट के समय में हमारे सेना को ऐसे इंस्ट्रक्शन देंगे जो पूरी तरीके से अवैज्ञानिक होंगे, तो ये बहुत ही
All right, so we do have Sudhanshu Trivedi now finally here.
आज पूरे देश के सामने वो बता दें। एक चीज सिर्फ पूछना चाहता हूं, ये है वो वीडियो
के माध्यम से आप सबके सामने प्रधानमंत्री जी की बीए की और एमए की दोनों डिग्रियां सार्वजनिक करना चाहता हूं।
All right. Sanjay Singh, unfortunately, I cannot really see what that video is and I cannot verify what it is. I wish next time if you could share it with us, we could have done that before and then allowed you to play it. But since none of us can, let's not get into that right now. But I want to ask you, Sudhanshu Trivedi, what is, Sanjay Singh, Mr. Trivedi is here, so let's just go across to him. We got your point. Mr. Trivedi, what is the BJP trying to hide here? If Mr. Modi does not have a formal education, why try and hide it? You can always be proud of what he's accomplished without it. You have many successful leaders, J.R.D. Tata, Dhirubhai Ambani, Indira Gandhi among them. They did not have strong university degrees.
The problem is not the degree. The fundamental problem is the party which has entered into the politics with a so-called self-proclaimed mission of changing the politics on the issue of corruption. Now it is gradually being proved as one of the most corrupt parties of the country. And as far as any doubt and suspicion is concerned, those who perpetually remains in doubt, how can I clarify that? These are the first party who have asked the proof of surgical
do not be dismissive of concerns raised by a party, a political party of this country, and they say they speak for people of this country and they speak for their party members and people who voted for the Aam Aadmi Party. Please respond to the question.
Let me
you have
Sanjay
Singh saying, principally, we cannot trust. When you have statements where the PM first talks about his education being at a school level, then you have statements that have been made by the Prime Minister that take on science. These are worrying for the country. So please respond to what
now can I complete my submission?
Please do, but
can
you have to respond to the question.
Can I complete my submission?
You need to respond to the question,
I am coming to that question. If somebody is if I can say, if there is a one party which has been proven in the Supreme Court of India for 1, 2, 3, 4 times telling a lie and putting a false allegation on leaders and tendering an unconditional apology, do you think that their submission can have even an iota of truth?
You can blast that submission out of the arena by responding and giving the answers they want.
Against Gadkari ji, अरे भाई ये बताइए ना, those who are having a track record and not only against the leaders, against the army. Now coming to this particular point, I am just asking, when everything is in public domain, the degrees available in the website, still you are asking the court that it should be given through court. So that's why the court on its judgment has categorically mentioned that if something in the public domain, it's available on the public website, why you are approaching court for
All
that?
right. Finally, now we are getting to the point of the matter. Sanjay Singh, respond on this point. The court
अच्छा, मैंने इनकी
कोर्ट
बात
ने
सुन ली।
कहा है
जी।
कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी
मैंने
एजुकेशन
पूरी
क्वालिफिकेशन
बात-
वेबसाइट
एक बात।
है, ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है ऑनलाइन। सरकार
एक
कोर्ट
मिनट,
कह रही है कि
मैं-
देयर इज नो पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट इन सीकिंग।
जरा कि मैं आपको
किया है।
अब मैं बात को सुन लिया, मुझे रिप्लाई करने दीजिए। इन्होंने कहा कि ये मोस्ट करप्ट पार्टी है। वाह भैया, जो भ्रष्टाचार को धुलने के लिए आपने वॉशिंग पाउडर निकाला है वो तो अद्भुत है। आपने हेमंत विश्व शर्मा पे वाटर घोटाले का आरोप लगाया, आपकी पार्टी में आ गए, साफ हो गए। मुकुल राय पे आपने आरोप लगाया, आपकी पार्टी में आए, साफ हो गए। अजित पवार पे आरोप लगाया, आपकी पार्टी में आए, साफ हो गए। नारायण राणे पे आरोप लगाया, आपकी पार्टी में आए, साफ हो गए। अरे आपकी पार्टी तो वो पार्टी है जिसके राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष को ऑन कैमरे रक्षा सौदे में रिश्वत लेते पकड़ा गया। भारत की ऐसी राष्ट्रीय पार्टी का नाम बताओ जिसका राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष रिश्वत लेने के मामले में सजा पा चुका है। अगर आप जीके में सवाल पूछेंगे तो लोग कहेंगे भारतीय जनता पार्टी। नेक्स्ट अब आपको मैं पूछता हूं जो कह रहे
I don't want to debate
Public
corruption
domain.
right now. We have
Please,
enough material to do a whole separate
मुझे
show on
अपनी बात
corruption.
complete करने
But
दीजिए।
Mr.
उन्होंने कहा
Trivedi, I want you to
public domain
stick to
में
this
ऐसा
response. Stick to this, please. Why make
Please.
the effort to suppress information and harass people who are asking questions? Are we attempting to create a cult
Sarah,
of Modi, where you have a
Sarah, एक
supreme
मिनट,
leader
अपनी बात
who
पूरी
is
नहीं करने
above
दी आपने।
any
Sarah, एक
questioning
मिनट,
or
मुझे अपनी बात
criticism?
पूरी नहीं करने
Why
दी
can the
आपने।
opposition
Sarah
party
जी,
and the
please,
Chief
एक
Minister of
मिनट, मुझे
Delhi
अपनी बात पूरी
not
करने
ask
दीजिए,
these
please।
questions? Sanjay Singh, please hold on. Mr. Trivedi.
Sarah ji, you asked me to stick to the question. Do you think the Sanjay Singh's reply was anything to do with this question?
Which is what I just said. Now, can you stick to
think
the
it was
question? I said we're
anyhow,
not going to
anywhere
talk about
connected to this
corruption.
question?
This is not the platform for
Okay.
it. I am asking you, why
No.
is it
Now I am
harassing people who ask questions? Is there an attempt to create a cult? Is this a country where you have a supreme leader who is above any questioning or criticism?
Okay. Then those who are putting an allegation that it is our government which is putting the allegations of corruption on their party, I challenge you. You quote a single political party other than this Aam Aadmi Party, because they were born only in 2013, that in the last 25-30 years their leaders not have the cases of corruption, and they have not been charge sheeted in the court, and they have not appeared in the court. Congress Party, 2G scam, coal scam and others, forget about that. PV Narasimha Rao was
I'm
the
going
first
to
Prime
try
Minister of
one
India
last
after
time. I want to
leaving the
stick to
place
this
he
topic.
appeared.
Mr.
And not only
Trivedi,
this.
you have Arvind Kejriwal who says that an educated or less educated PM is dangerous forDia, and he cites
अरे भाई, आप मुझे
instances
बोलने देंगे
where
कि
the
नहीं?
Prime Minister's statements
अरे आप
have
मुझे
not
बोलने
been
देंगे कि नहीं? पहले बहुत
backed
clear
by
बताइए।
science. Do you
अगर
not
आप बोलने नहीं
believe
देना
that
चाहती
when
है,
you
तो
have
फिर
a country
आप
where you
दूसरे
have a
सेंटर पे
member
डिस्टर्ब
of
मत
the
करिए, उनसे परमिशन
BJP
दिलवाइए।
saying that cow urine cures breast cancer, one needs to have a prime minister who has educated himself and believes in science, who can lead a ministry or lead a
अरे भाई, मुझे
government
जवाब
that
देना है
has
कि नहीं देना?
ministers
या आपको
who
उनको
make
भाषण
very
देना है तो go ahead with that.
unscientific claims like
No
this.
problem.
Mr. Trivedi.
अब मैं can I answer or not? You make it very clear.
Mr.
Do not
Trivedi, you
disturb in the
wasted 7
second
minutes of
sentence.
the show not coming on time. Please go ahead and answer now, but stick to my question.
No, you are wasting my time.
Please answer.
It was not my
Do you have an
obligation to
answer,
come on the
sir?
TV.
Do you have an answer to the fact that
yes,
you
I am
have
having an answer.
unscientific claims made?
I am-
The AAP is
अरे भाई,
saying
फिर आप
it
ही
is
बोलती जा
dangerous
रही
to
हैं।
have a leader like this in charge.
Yes, I will tell you who is the dangerous leader. ये तो IIT के पास आउट हैं. And this is the same Arvind Kejriwal ji who had said कि वैक्सीन का फार्मूला सबको दे दीजिए तो ये जल्दी सबको अवेलेबल हो जाएगा. In the second wave of vaccine, such a foolish answer can be expected from a leader who says that he is an IIT graduate. कि वैक्सीन का फार्मूला कोई चूरन है जो सबको दे दिया जाए, सारी कंपनी बना लेंगी. And despite the fact that the medicine like paracetamol, America has asked India to import, because every medicine needs a specific thing, and that was done at the peak of the second wave, just in order to hoodwink the people. And the same people in April 21, you can go and check, they said बच्चों का वैक्सीन विदेश भेज दिया. And forget about India, all over the world there was no बच्चों का vaccine at the time. These are the people try to hoodwink. They came out with a saying कि ऑक्सीजन की कमी से इतने लोग मर गए. You ask them, how many are certified that they died of the oxygen shortage? No, that's why this is the typical character. बता दीजिए ना, वैक्सीन की बात करने वाला पढ़ा लिखा कि अनपढ़. That's why I said this, and on the issue of corruption, I just want to put forward one thing. Lalu Yadav went to jail in 1997, and they are putting blame on
what has raised, and Sudhanshu Trivedi has also raised here that the point, sir, is the High Court कह रही है कि this information is already out there online. It's already posted on the website. So please respond just to this last word on this.
Please give me 1 minute. Please give me 1 minute. देखिए, मैं सिर्फ इनसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं, सुधांशु जी से, कि 1983 की इनकी डिग्री है, 1979 की इनकी बैचलर डिग्री है, 83 की इनकी मास्टर डिग्री है. फिर चीफ मिनिस्टर बनने के बाद आफ्टर 2002 इन्होंने क्यों यह कहा कि मैंने सिर्फ स्कूली शिक्षा की है? आज सुधांशु जी पूरे देश को बताइए, या तो प्रधानमंत्री की डिग्री फर्जी है या उनका बयान फर्जी है, जो मैंने अभी दिखाया.
That's the point he's making. All right, point made. Please respond, Mr. Trivedi. I have 1 minute left on this discussion.
एक सेकंड बस, मैं खत्म कर रहा हूं.
Sir, I got your point.
इन्होंने वैक्सीन का सवाल उठाया.
संजय सिंह,
नाली के गैस से चाय बना लो, किसने बोला? प्रधानमंत्री ने बोला. सिकंदर बिहार में आया था तो बिहारियों ने मार के भगाया था, किसने बोला? प्रधानमंत्री ने बोला.
Let Mr. Trivedi respond. Hold on. Please let Mr. Trivedi please start.
This is the typical characteristic. Now can I complete? This is the typical characteristic of the Aam Aadmi Party.
किसने बोला?
अरे भाई, मोदी जी ने उस इंटरव्यू में कहा मेरी फॉर्मल एजुकेशन वहां तक हुई, उसके बाद हमने कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंस के थ्रू कोर्सेस किए. ये छुपाते हैं भाई. That's why you try to and one more thing. आपने तो सिर्फ इतना ही बोला. वैक्सीन पे आप कह रहे, वैक्सीन पे आप कह रहे हैं चलने दो. वाह भाई वाह, वैक्सीन कोई नहीं बना लेगा. Such a type of answer can be expected from a पढ़ा लिखा आदमी. Can they be called a पढ़ा लिखा आदमी?
इंटरव्यू में कहते हैं हमने शिक्षा नहीं ली, और बाद में जब केजरीवाल,
अरे भाई आपने इंटरव्यू का पूरा सेंटेंस नहीं देखा.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us on this show to try and get to the matter, to the bottom of this controversy. Thank you all for joining us. I want to go across and hopefully to an interview where we can get to the bottom of another very important question that's plaguing Indians across the board. Is COVID back? India logged 2,944 new COVID-19 infections on Saturday. The number of active cases increased to 16,354. With the fresh infections, India's COVID-19 tally stands at 4.47 crore, and the death toll has now climbed. Also, we have 9 deaths reported in the last 24 hours, 2 from Delhi, 2 from Karnataka, 2 from Punjab, 1 from Gujarat, and 2 reconciled by Kerala. So let's ask that question. Is there a new COVID wave beginning? Is there a new variant threat? Is a fresh national COVID wave in India a real possibility? Let's examine this issue objectively with Dr. Randeep Guleria, former director of AIIMS, chairman of the Institute of Internal Medicine, Respiratory and Sleep Medicine, and director of the medical education at Medanta. Dr. Guleria, I feel like we're back. We've done 2 years of shows like this every Saturday night, and unfortunately here we are back asking you this question. Do we now need to worry? You have the biggest ongoing COVID-19 wave in this, now these COVID cases coming out of China, now speculations about a wave in India, high-level meetings at the national level, state level, mock drills, some advisories based on speculation, one school shut down for a while. I'm sure you can understand this has created a bit of panic, apprehension among citizens of India. So please, can you clarify for us your thoughts on this? Should one be worried? What does one need to do?
So my thoughts on this are that one needs to be vigilant, but I don't think there's a need to panic. As we see every year during the change of weather, and this time the weather has been a little bit peculiar in terms of the fact that it's rained a lot, even the last 2-3 days. There is going to be a surge of what we call respiratory viral infections. We saw a surge of influenza H3N2, and now we're also seeing a surge in COVID cases. As long as we don't see a surge in the number of admissions or a huge increase in the number of deaths, I don't think there is a cause of concern, but we need to really be vigilant, because there's always a concern that the variant may become more virulent. Currently, for the last, I would say, more than a year since Omicron came in, all its sublineages or the variants that have come have actually caused predominantly a mild infection. And we've seen a number of variants of Omicron coming in, and now the XBB also. But by and large, they've all caused a mild infection, fever, cough, sore throat. The infection hasn't gone down into the lungs as we saw during the Delta wave, causing this acute fall in saturation, oxygen need. However, the high-risk group, the elderly and those with comorbidities need to be extra careful because they are the ones in whom there can be a hospitalization and death.
Okay, so you're saying unless we see more admissions into hospitals, one doesn't need to be so concerned. But when you said high-risk groups, you only mentioned the old and those with comorbidities. What about children?
So children also come under the high risk traditionally. What we've seen in COVID is that by and large, except for very young children, most children usually tend to have a mild infection. COVID actually somehow causes less severe infection in children because of the ACE receptors being less in children. However, I think the concern that I have is that if a child has infection and the child goes to school, then he can transmit the infection to other children and they can carry it back to their families and give it to their elders. And that's how we may have increase in number of cases and more sick people.
We've had many debates on whether school should be closed because those kids are then going to the mall and still passing it on to other kids. So, but the other concern right now, Dr. Guleria, is the emergence of this XBB 1.16 subvariant, right? So this, what about like when we hear of all of these subvariants that keep coming up, the vaccines that we've all gotten, the currently used vaccines, do they protect us against these circulating subvariants and sublineages and new ones that can come up?
So the vaccine do give us some protection, but obviously the degree of protection comes down. It's not because the vaccine is actually against the original Wuhan variant.
Yeah.
And from the Wuhan variant, we've had the Alpha, the Beta, the Delta, the Omicron. We've had so many variants, and therefore the efficacy of the vaccine will be less, although it won't be zero as compared to the new variants. And that is why there is a need for us to actually now look at a new generation vaccine, which actually covers the new variants. As we do for influenza every year, we have a new flu shot every year, new influenza vaccine every year, which covers for the new strains. We will possibly need to look at that. The only positive thing is, I think, because it's a mild infection, we have a good degree of natural immunity because of infection that people have got. And although I think we need more data on that in terms of, surveillance to see how it is the antibodies, like we used to do in the past, a general surveillance to see how in the general population, what is the antibody titer, are we protected? But it does seem that most of us have got the Omicron infection at some point in time and are to some extent protected.
So lastly, Doctor, what advice, what would you tell our viewers watching in terms of social distancing, in terms of traveling, in terms of sending their kids to school, just basically living life? Masking.
I think we need to be vigilant, and if you have anyone at home, especially a child who has got fever, cold, cough, the child should stay at home, not go to school or to shopping malls, and spend at least 4 or 5 days at home so that he becomes all right and doesn't spread the infection. Secondly, COVID appropriate behavior probably we should bring back for the next few weeks till the weather really settles and summer sets in properly. So in terms of hand washing, wearing your mask, trying to avoid crowded places, I think those things we need to bring back. And especially for the elderly and the high risk group, I would really advise that if you go out, wear your mask, carry your hand sanitizer and avoid crowded places.
All right, Dr. Guleria, thank you so much for your time, your service, for just trying to help assuage any fears that are out there. We have a rising COVID count, but not yet a cause for worry. We know more about protecting ourselves today, and the virus is less virulent. But as Dr. Guleria says, we need to continue to be vigilant, and we have to perhaps go back to some of those basic techniques to protect ourselves, like wearing masks and avoiding crowded places. Thank you so much, Dr. Guleria, and thank you all for joining us on Left, Right and Centre.